What's up, peoples of the internet? What's up, MMFC? Let's get Brian in here. Welcome to Fishy Hour. This is Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. Speaking of Brian, let's get him on the show. What up, Brian?
What's up, Roman? How are
you?
you?
I'm missing your feed.
Whoa.
Let's see something here.
Oh, no.
I'll update that real quick. 1 second. Oh, I haven't transitioned yet, so we're good. Let me fix that real quick. What's up, guys? Hang in there. I'm gonna get Brian on the show real quick. He's called in, but I modified the template since the last time we used it, so it doesn't know what to do. I'm gonna tell it what to do right now to fix it. NDI co-host. Here we are. Nope. Done. Weird. Well, technical difficulties are off the bat. Co-host full. Does that one work? Oh wow, it's not. What? Oh, I think I need to enable it here on Skype. Give me a second, guys. NDI settings. Appearance. They can hear you talk though. So if you want to just say hello while I sort this NDI filter out.
Hello.
Let's see, where is it?
Hold on, let me put my shirt on.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Transitions, global keys. What's going on here?
This is always the hardest part of our show, Roman, is the technical issues. I'm super glad that you're good at this.
Well, I'm on the spot now, so I have to Google it real quick, guys. This kind of sucks, but just hang in there. Go right. Talk amongst yourselves in the chat. Brian, if you want to read the chat, you can interact with the chat.
Hey, guys. I'm not going to start the show yet until Roman figures this out. But if you have a quick question, now is the time. I see there's 25 of you guys in there, so this is a good time too to go ahead and exit out of that chat, hit the like button, or scroll down there, hit that like button for me and Roman. We really appreciate it. And if you guys have any comments right now, go ahead and put them in chat, and I'll answer them while Roman is working on our technical issues here.
There we go, advanced. There it is, NDI, allow NDI usage. Boom, there it is.
Bam. I knew you'd figure it out.
Son of a gun. Okay, I knew what it was.
Darn Google.
And I vaguely remember when I disabled it because we're trying to figure out that black and white thing where you can see for your speed. But anyway, so we're working now. Co-host split. Oh yeah. What's up, Brian? Welcome to Fishy Hour. I can see you now.
What's up? Yeah.
All right, everybody. Sorry for the slight delay there. We're back on track.
Technical problems.
Just play some music in the background.
Finish that song out. Yeah. Let's act like that never happened. Edit that out later, right?
Exactly.
Oh.
Cool, guys. So, yeah. So happy Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week. We made it. Half week. We're on the top of the hill. It's all downhill from here. Thursday, Friday. Then you have a nice weekend of fishing. All right. So Brian, you ready? Let's start the show.
Let's start the show, guys. So I'm going to give you the quick recap of the show, or a quick, I guess, not recap. What am I saying? I'm going to give you a quick what's going to go on tonight. So you guys that are new to the show, we got a lot of guys in there that might be the first timers tonight, I hope. If you're new to the show tonight, we're going to open our drinks. We're going to make some announcements, mainly about our upcoming big event, Spotty Bowl 2021, coming up. And then I'm going to talk about... we're going to get into some talking about fishing again, because a lot of these shows we've been talking about rules and tournaments and results and stuff. So we're going to get a little bit more into talking about targeting some spotties, maybe a few new little techniques that we're going to go over that I haven't before. And I'm going to talk about fishing on a budget, how we can save some money, because these spotties they're terrors out there. They tear up everything we throw out there. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to fish on a budget.
Very cool.
Then move your review, and we're out.
Very cool.
So
if that sounds like fun stuff you want to listen to, and you want to invite your friends to come and listen with you, I'm going to put an invite code here in the chat. FH share. And that's going to post, Nightbot's going to post a link, which you can just flat out copy and paste to your text, to your email, to your social media account, wherever you want to contact a friend and invite them to the show, copy that exact same phrase. Come watch Fish Hour with me right now. ... And it has a link. fishyhour.com/live. That'll bring them directly to this stream. And they can interact with us in the chat. I see we have some new people in the chat, but before we address the new people, let's say what's up to the regulars. What up, Eric? Salty. Brian, of course, is already in here. Arnie in the house. Jet. Welcome back, Jet.
What's up, Jet?
Oscar, HTX Polestar in the house. MMFC Texas chapter. We have Andrew. We have Muto, Captain Dan, Eric. I saw Riney in here. What's up, Brad? Let's see. Fishy down there. Leonard. Captain Adobo. Real Dreamer. What's up, Real Dreamer? I haven't seen you in here before. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Real Dreamer?
Also, VHRW. Welcome to the show. Wayne, what's up? Welcome back. Roy, what's up? I see Dario and All Nighter Hider. Todd. Man, a lot of good people in here today. I see Doug, El Sueño, Eric, Coach in the house. I haven't seen him in the chat. Oh, there he is. Nope. Seen him in here yet?
I see him.
You do? Okay, cool. What up, Coach? Worf TV, guys. Oh, there he is. Worf TV. Fish Perfect. Cool. I think I got everybody. Right. For new timers, welcome to the show. This is a show where we kind of hang out and talk about mostly spotted bay bass fishing here in San Diego and Southern California. But we're always open to other questions about fishing or kayak fishing, boat fishing, shore fishing. There's enough people in here that we can field any question. If we don't know it between Brian and I, a lot of people in the chat can help with your questions. And it's pretty much our vibe here is extra super positive. We encourage beginners to learn how to do this the right way because it helps preserve the resource for all of us to use. Right? We don't want somebody abusing the fish because we're going to show you how to fish, but also we're going to teach you how to treat the fish well so they can be around for all of us to catch later. Okay?
That's right.
Cool. So that's a quick.
That's a lot of talking.
I know. I got on a roll. Okay, so beginning of the show for the first timers, we do what's called Pop Top, and it's basically Brian and I take turns opening a refreshing beverage, usually with a fizz and a pop. It could be a beer, it could be a soda, whatever you feel comfortable drinking. It's Fishy Hour, which came from Happy Hour, so you're encouraged to have a drink. It doesn't have to be alcoholic, but have a drink with us. Enjoy the show, and let's go. So first, Brian's gonna go on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the best Pop Top you ever heard, 1 being the worst. Say it with me. Rate this Pop Top.
Pop Top.
Go for it. No pressure.
I'm back to the hipster drink. I'm back to LaCroix. I found a new flavor. It's like a pineapple strawberry. That's really
hipster.
And
deluxe.
it comes in like this skinny can. I think when you get the skinny can, when you drink it, you got to drink it like with your pinky up. It's like it's taken to the next level here.
Nice.
So all right, here we go.
It's all right. All right, and a pour. Oh, nice job. Nice job. I like that. Very cool. All right, so in the chat, put in the rating you're going to rate on this Pop Top that Brian just did.
All right, I'm seeing a 6 plus 9, Captain Dan. Thank you. 9.
Oh, my chat's way
8,
delayed.
7. Thank you.
Wow, my chat's delayed. Yeah, it's 6, 11, 6 plus 9. Yep. 8.7 plus.
Thanks,
7
guys.
pop. Nice job.
Not my best, but I'll take it.
Pretty good. All right, now I'm gonna do my Pop Top. So let's wait for the scores to run through. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best Pop Top you ever heard, 1 being the worst. Rate this Pop Top. Here we go. Wasn't very fizzy, I don't feel, but
I think that sounded pretty good.
All right, cool.
So I think that was a good job.
Cheers, Brian. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Roman.
Happy Wednesday.
Cheers, everybody. Let's get to some fishing this weekend. Ooh, that's good after talking a lot.
Ooh. I've been putting off having any of these drinks, even though they're not like a full soda. I still kind of trying to limit myself to like 1 or 2 a day. So I've been waiting to have one all day just for the show.
Plus, they're not cheap, dude.
Yeah. Cool. So
it looks like your scores are pretty good. You got 8, 6, 5. Doing pretty good.
Oh, 5. Oh.
Jet 7.4.
Nice. Not bad.
All right, guys, let's get on to our announcements because we got a lot to do tonight. I'm sorry if the show might run a little bit longer tonight. We're going to try to keep it within an hour, but be prepared, guys. Sometimes these shows do go a little bit longer than expected. So our first announcement is, I'm going to go through this really quickly. This weekend, Eric, who's running the Spotty Bowl, sponsored I guess you would call this a preseason or a pre-fish or a kind of a warm-up to the Spotty Bowl. You had about 10 anglers out on the water, and they had a quick competition of best 5 spotties in total inches. It's like a pre-fish little tournament they put on, and I'm going to announce the top three places of that real quick. So third place with 60.5 inches. I think that's a pretty good. That's like a 12 fish. He caught 5 fish, so that's like a 12-inch average, 60.5 inches. So that was Zach Riggs. Congrats, Zach.
I got the sound
awesome
effects
job. 5 12-inch fish. So that kind of tells you guys what the Spotty Bowl is going to be like, you know. So already right off the bat, we're kind of seeing some numbers here.
As you can hear the crowd in the stadium, they're all cheering for him.
I hear it. Second place with 60.75. So he beat out Zach by a quarter of an inch. That's how close it is. It's that quarter inch is Adobo. Congratulations, Adobo, second place in the pre-fish Spotty Bowl. Not an official sanctioned one, pre-fish.
I'm going to jump in for a second, so I don't want to slow it down too much, but this is why it's crucial that you measure your fish the right way, and why we're not going to do, for example, a 1/2 inch dock on a fish, because you can very easily take the risk of getting docked with a fish that has an open mouth to gain that extra quarter inch if you're only going to lose like a half inch, right? So that's why we're being super strict, because it's so close that quarter inch separated third and second. So that's why we're super strict with the measurements. Make sure that the mouth is closed and that all the photo regulations comply. Okay.
Yeah, get a good picture, guys. That's the key. Clear, good picture, mouth, tails, and we can legibly see the measurements on your device. That's the key. And since you brought that up, I was going to mention this, but Dario tied Zach Riggs for third place, but he had a fish that the mouth wasn't quite closed, so he got that deduction on the measurement, and that put him into fourth place. Okay, now with that said too, if there was a situation where there was a tie, then the person that has the biggest overall length spotty, that person wins the tie. So that's the tiebreaker, biggest fish.
Yep.
And if 2 fish tie, then it goes to the second biggest fish, and so on.
Okay.
So that's the tiebreaker. Okay, first place, 61.75 inches, 5 spotties. That's like all 12s and like a 13.5 or a 13 3/4 kicker fish, it sounds like. So congratulations, Fish Perfect. Congratulations for winning the pre-fish out there. And Eric has donated a T-shirt off romanshop.com to you, Fish Perfect.
Yeah, shop.romancastro.com. And Fish Perfect, I will send you the code for that, and then you can just use that code and get the shirt. So message me on. I think we've messaged back and forth before on Discord. Send me a message on Discord, just as a reminder, and I'll generate that code for you. Okay.
Okay, and one more person. Guess what? Eric opened up a kids category.
Oh,
so
what?
we actually had some kids, I guess, participating. And the kid that won caught 1 spotty, 11.75, great fish, and that is Kai. I believe that's Fish Perfect's son.
Nice job.
Congratulations, Kai. And with that, you're going to earn, donated by Eric, also a cool bait lure. So,
very cool.
Nice job, Kai.
Good job. Congratulations. Woohoo.
Congratulations, guys. Okay.
Cool. So that is a little bit, I mean, that just triggered my memory, and I'm sorry if I'm skipping ahead.
Go ahead.
But it's a good time to bring it up. If you're fishing with somebody else, a family member on your own boat or together, just keep track of your fish separately. Even though they're in different categories, if you're both adults and you're fishing the same tournament, you can't share fish. Okay, it's whoever catches that fish submits that fish. You can't go back and forth.
Yeah, it's not like a team event. You
Right.
can't have a boat full of people pulling all their fish together. It's an individual event.
Yeah.
The person that catches the fish is the only person that can turn that fish in. Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that, Roman.
Yep, no worries.
Okay, so congratulations to all the people that fished the pre-fish this weekend. Let's get on to talking about Spotty Bowl 2021. So, Roman, do you want to give out the cost and maybe how to sign up, some information about this?
Yeah, it's very easy. Go to spottybowl.com and they'll take you to the website. Let me bring that up real quick, Brian. So let me get that site set up real quick. Boop. Let's see if I can do this on the fly again. Tell us a joke while we wait. I was kidding. All right, answer some questions while we wait. Let's see.
I was looking at the text chat real quick. That's why I lean in here. I got my phone sitting here, so let me scroll through it, see if there's any questions.
Yeah, flicking back and forth between.
Jesse's asking the website for the Spotty Bowl, so you're going to learn that right now, Jesse.
Spottybowl.com. I'll put it in the chat in 1 second. http://www.spottybowl.com. And that'll be, it's in the chat. That'll redirect you to a page on the Bay Wars website where it's got all the details laid out. And I'm going to bring that page up for you guys in a second. See.
Yeah, and it's super easy to sign up, guys. I've already signed up, and I think we've had a lot of people already sign up. There's just a couple clicks and waivers and signatures you need to do, and follow the directions, and it's an easy process.
Yep, it's very cool. Okay, so there it is. Okay, I'm going to share it real quick, and we can talk about it, and we're going to go through it really fast. Just to cover some questions. I still need to modify it with the new rules that we're going to go over today. But we're going to give you the updates live right now, and then I'll do those tonight on the actual site. But it still works. You can still sign up. Let me transition. Go ahead.
At this point, guys, we're going to be talking about the rules in a little bit. So if you have any questions about any rules or just any basic questions about Spotty Bowl, go ahead and put them in the chat right now so me and Roman can field those questions. But we're going to be going over a few, I guess, rules that came up on the last show, and going to go over a few things that are going to be added to it.
Exactly. Okay, so when you get to the page, it's going to show you Spotty Bowl. It's going to tell you what it's about. Tournament League. Spotty Bowl is a tournament series to crown the spotted bay bass fishing champion of the world. Okay? World. I should add world. And it tells you the format. Okay, we have the different weekends when we're fishing, how it's going to work. You can fish one day out of the weekend of competitions, or Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday, so that if you work on weekends, you can still fish, and if you work during the week, you can fish on the weekends. So there's options for everybody. And you have a window from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on any one of those days, but you have to choose the day that you're going to fish, and you can only choose one out of the three, and you can't mix and match. It's going to be one day of the tournament weekend. And in that, once you choose that day, you have to specify it in the Spotted Bay Bass Spotty Bowl Discord thread that will be created for you when you sign up. Okay, and we'll go over those details in a second too. Tournament dates are here. It's all laid out for you guys, and the playoffs, and this last tournament day on the second half season will be different, but you can count on the first half. Good to go. Those are locked in. The first half season. Okay. The way we're doing it is we're gonna have 2 half seasons. The winners of each half season, first, second, and third, will go to the playoffs. And I think at this point it might happen in August. I'm not sure. But if we get more than 20 signups, then we'll accept the 4 winners from first half and second half. So that's what it'll be. And then we'll have 8 people in the playoffs. The playoff section is, I think, what's most appealing to me. It's you're fishing against one other person head to head. So you could both have a bad day of fishing, and you could just etch out the guy, where another team, they both could have an awesome day of fishing, and the loser of that bracket can have less than you, but you're still going to go on because they didn't beat their opponent. So it really changes the dynamic of it.
That's pretty cool.
Right? Okay, and then here's all the rules. And you can just go through here and check them out while you're online now, and ask us questions if you have any questions. We've introduced this on Monday. I went over it briefly again yesterday on Twitch, but now hopefully you guys have had time to read through it. we've had a couple of really good questions come up, and those are the ones that Brian's going to update us on. But yeah, check it out now while we're doing this. And if you have any questions, put it in the chat, guys. This is the best time to do it. The first tournament weekend is going to be not this weekend, but the weekend after. So you have the option of fishing the 22nd, the 23rd, or the 24th. Currently, as the last time I checked was last night, we had about 9 entries. So 9 people are already in it. So if you want to sign up, here's all like the photo requirements, all that good stuff. Here's how the scoring works, right? Everything is laid out. So everything is up front, and you have everything you need to make a decision, right? It's open to all vessels, shore fishing, kayak fishing, float tubing, surf fishing. I don't know whatever you want to call it. Any kind of fishing, as long as you're fishing with artificial lures, no bait, no live bait, no cut bait, but you can still use scents. Okay, it's all going to be on lures.
You cannot attach a bait to a lure either, so you can't.
Right, you can't put some squid. You can't put squid on your Ned rig or something like that. Right? Yeah, so you can't use any kind of cut bait. The fees, everything is inclusive, and it's $43. There's a breakdown of the fees here, if you're curious about how the money is getting distributed, and then there's an actual pay schedule of how we're going to give away the winnings. With the exception of the $1.50 that we have to pay for the PayPal processing fee, and the $1.50 that we have to pay for me covering the cost of running this website to sign up, and the form associated with processing the payment. Those $3, the $1.50 plus the $1.50, those $3 will not go into the pot. Everything else goes into the pot. So the $25 league fee, all that, 100% of that is going to get paid out to 1st through 6th. Okay, so that's $25, and then the $15 gets broken up between $5 for the longest spotted bay bass of the season, the whole season, not just half, the whole season, and then the $10. Gets split up amongst anglers of the month, and the more people sign up, the more you'll get per month. And the angler of the month gets determined by who's doing the best that month. So you could be winning the tournament, like at month 2 or 3, but maybe you had not a good month. Someone else will end up being angler of the month, and there's no restriction as far as like being angler of the month multiple times. So if you're just having an awesome month and you have another awesome month and nobody else got more inches than you did that month, then you're going to be angler of the month again. Okay.
Can I talk about angler of the month just real quick,
Yes.
just to maybe try to clarify that a little bit more?
Yep.
So you fish twice a month, 2 weekends a month, and the person that has the longest combined inches for those 2 sessions for that month is angler of the month.
So for 10 fish, yep.
Yep. If they catch 10.
Yeah,
if everybody catches 10.
Yeah, if everybody catches 10.
The longest of those 10. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And the next month it resets. So yeah, perfect. Cool.
Hey, Roman.
Yes.
I know the answer to this, but I'll come with a hypothetical.
Okay.
Can you win Angler of the Month more than once?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
You can win it more than twice. If you keep out fishing everybody every 2 weeks, then you're gonna keep getting Angler of the Month. Okay. So that's how it works. And those are so that's how that money gets split up. On top of that, Brian and Cool Baits donated a $50 Cool Baits package, and that's going to go to heaviest spotted bay bass. So for those of you that have a scale, you want to take measurements on the scale and take that additional picture just so that you can be in that competition. You're already included in that, and it doesn't cost you any extra. Same thing with longest halibut. Longest halibut, that's a donation that Eric did to the event, and it's for the longest regular season halibut. Okay. Now, just a reminder, guys. I know there's questions about this. Every fish that we catch for this tournament has to be released. Okay, that's just the way that we have to run it because of the way the rules are set up. Okay, so you have to release it. I know. Yes, last time I said you can keep it, but release it. Okay.
Yep. Hey, I'm gonna spice up the award here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spice this up. Okay. So I'm sponsoring heaviest fish, which you have to have a scale. There's 34 people in chat right now.
Oh shoot.
So if I can get 30 likes by the end of this show, I'm gonna throw in a custom built A-rig by me, the exact way I fish it, for a prize also for heaviest body. So it'll be the $50 Cool Baits package plus a custom built, and I'll mail this thing to you. Built A-rig with swim baits, everything ready to go, ready to chuck in the water.
Nice, dude.
But you guys got to get 30 likes in there. So
start hitting that like button. So hit that like button, guys. And if you after you hit the like button, type in bit into the chat so we know you did it. What up, Tony? It's been a while, dude. Welcome. Spotty Girl, what's up? Sorry I missed you guys. I've been kind of like talking. And Cal, what up, Cal? Jesse. Okay, cool. I think I'm caught up. If I missed you, keep typing. I'll see you eventually. What up, Chad? All right, cool.
What's up, Chad?
Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it
going.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah, that's what's happening.
So I'm gonna while you were talking, I was looking at chat a little bit, and I think it was Dario. Somebody had a question maybe about the measuring device and what we were allowing.
Yes.
So that's what I was. If you guys heard me fumbling around, that's what I was doing. I was grabbing some measuring devices. So this is like our standard. You guys all know what this is. It's a hog trough.
Yes.
Me and Roman has a video on how to go ahead and say it, Roman. How to make the.
How to highlight the marks. This is to make it easier on the judges to see your stuff. Okay, see how Brian's lines are thin? These hog troughs have a ridge. Each line is a ridge. Okay, so the way you put these, the way you draw these lines on there, you don't take a Sharpie with the chisel tip and run it across the thing because it's going to make the whole line wider. What we're trying to do is highlight the ridge. So you have to hold your. Let me go split screen.
It's like here, hear that? It's like ridges.
Yeah, you have to hold your. You have to hold your marker sideways.
Look at this. I'm prepared.
Let me see. I got a marker right here. There you go.
Yeah, I got one.
Yes.
I got a marker.
So you have to hold your marker at a sideways like this, right? That way you're only coloring the top of the ridge.
Yeah, the very top of the ridge.
The very top of the ridge. Because I might have seen a hog trough with full on like chisel point marks, and that just makes the line wider, which is gonna be harder for us to see where the middle of the line is. Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure you hold the marker sideways and color the top ridge. Shing, shing, shing. Color the top of the ridge on the on each line. Okay, because they're a little. Go ahead.
And also highlight the numbers, guys. The numbers too. Make it easy on Eric. He's got to judge a lot of fish, and this way it makes it easy. He can see the number. He can see the mark.
Yep.
It's within a quarter inch here.
Yep.
Make it easy on him.
I like the way Brian highlighted his legal marks with the red. That's very cool.
Yeah. That's the goals, right? And then there's this type.
So I'm sorry, one more thing. The numbers on the hog trough, they're also raised, so you could do the same thing with the same technique with the marker, just sideways. So you're only coloring the top ridge. Okay, go for it.
Does that look really bright? Is that coming across? Can you see
it's just really bright because it's white and everything else is not. So
okay.
Okay,
next.
But you got the idea.
So that's our preferred because it's easy to see. It's concave. Lay the fish on it nicely. Then there's this kind, which is like a piece of aluminum. We are also accepting this kind. One thing got to be careful about this. This one's kind of nice because the numbers are a different color than the actual background. Some of these are, it's just a stamped piece of aluminum and you can barely see the numbers. So it has to have this, which is the bump board, where you're going to put your fish's mouth against. And it has to clearly be able to see the measurements on here. And it has to be within... These are a quarter inch on this one. Yeah,
quarter inch is the smallest increment we're doing. Quarter inch, so 0.25,
Yep.
0.5, 0.25, 0.75. That's it.
So I'm gonna say as long as you have a measuring device, for sure with a bump board, and legible measurements on it, we'll accept it. Tape measure is not a bump board. Ruler is not a bump board. And I'm sorry, guys, but we're gonna have to say it's gonna have to be a store-bought one like this. We don't want like a wood shop project one where you've made it in your garage and taped the tape measure to it.
Right.
They're not. These are not too expensive. And plus, if you're a spotty fisherman, you need to have one of those on your boat anyway to see if you have a legal, or if you're out fishing rockfish, whatever you're fishing, you want to know have something on your boat to measure your fish.
Yeah, it pretty much gears you up to participate in most tournaments. Like, if you're going to be doing this a lot, then you pretty much you kind of need it. Like, you need a reel, right? You need a rod and reel. You need this measuring device. So it becomes part of your kit. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna
okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just show the fish because this is my fish. I know what we're looking for. I never measured this thing. I got a 21 incher here.
21 inch spotty.
I thought it was a 20.
It's like a 21 inch spotty right there. Oh, his mouth is open. It's disqualified.
What is wrong with this picture, Roman?
Mouth is open. It's disqualified. The tail is nicely fanned out though. Very nice.
Yeah. So when you take a picture, you're going to want to lay it on there, and we're going to want to see two things in the picture: the closed mouth touching the bump board, and we're going to want to see the fanned tail, where we can see what measurement obviously it's at, and we're going to want the fins facing away from you. So it's going to be sitting like this as I'm taking my picture.
Yes.
Picture.
Yep. Exactly. And if you're curious about this spotted bay bass that Brian just showed us, that says 21-inch world record spotted bay bass that he caught from TB Metal Art.
Yeah.
TBmetalart.com. I put a link in the chat, guys. Todd is a awesome contributor to the show. He watches regularly. He's in the know. He's part of MMFC, and he supported us big time. So shout out to Todd. Thanks, Todd.
Okay, thanks for that question. Roman, do you want to look through the questions while I go over one or more new rules, see if anything came up? So
yes, but I have a couple more things to cover on the site, just really quick.
Yep.
Let's see, where was that?
There's a reason, guys, that me and Roman are spending so much time on the rules, because once we've established all these rules, we want it to be a fair playing field. Everybody knows the rules up front. If there's any questions, right now is your time to ask. So.
Oh yeah, so in that sheet, guys, you'll see the boundaries for where you're allowed to fish and not. It's pretty much all of the bay, and this is where you can't go past. Same thing with over here, Mission Bay, San Diego Bay. Here's a video in here that shows you how to take pictures of your fish on the hog trough, how to highlight it, how to make your hog trough, if you have this style of hog trough, how to make it float. So watch this video, go to this page. You can watch this video here, or you can click through it and go to the actual YouTube page. And that's going to answer a lot of your questions when it comes to hog trough stuff. There's also a link here to right here, to hog trough. If you want to find one on Amazon, that's probably a link to buy it from. I'm not sure if they're still carrying it, but that's an option if you can't find one locally. You have enough time to get it and get it shipped in. Then it's got some basic information. So your name, phone number, email address, and that you agree to the rules, and that you agree to releases of liability if you get hurt while participating in our event. Your signature, which you can do with your finger or your mouse like this, on a PC, on a phone. And this is part of what we're paying for with that $1.50, guys, is that form that allows us to collect signatures, right? And submit and collect payment. We're also going to ask for you to give us emergency contact in case we got to reach out to somebody in your family. This is their name, and this is their phone number. And then it is telling you that the price of participation is $43. You click sign up. It takes you to PayPal. You pay through either a temporary, if you have an existing PayPal account, you can use that. Or you can just use a credit card and do an instant one. You don't have to have a PayPal account. And then we'll process the payment, and that's going to load you into the completion screen. And that completion screen is going to take you to, it's going to basically say, okay, congratulations, you're signed up. I'll get an email. Eric will get an email that says we have someone new that signed up to the tournament. Eric will go and create your slot within the Spotty Bowl Discord, where you can submit your fish, and that same little kind of like a receipt page is going to give you a link to join up to the Spotty Bowl Discord server. So that you click on that, and then you'll be good to go. You'll download the app. If you don't have a username on Discord already, then you'll create a username, and then you'll be on there. The one thing, guys, that I'm gonna, and I'm taking too long, Brian, but like the one thing that I do want to clarify is in the actual Spotty Bowl Discord server, I want to use your first name, at least your first name, for your thread, just to make it easier on everybody. Because remembering names and Discord names and Instagram names, it's gonna be too confusing. So I do want at least to have your first name on those threads. So that's how we're gonna do it. Cool. All right. So let's go back to Split.
Okay. So Jesse has a quick question. February, we're only fishing one session. Is there going to be Angler of the Month? I'm sorry, for January, not February. January, since there's only one session, are we going to have an Angler a Month? And I think we should combine January and February, but I'm going to let Eric make that call since he is the judge. Eric, are we going to have a January Angler of the Month with only one session? So Eric, you can answer that.
Okay, that makes sense. January, February. Oh, I see. I think we'll let Eric decide on that. So the way we're gonna run this, guys, Eric is gonna be the primary judge, and we kind of all agreed on the rules, and the disqualifications and the docking of pictures. We have committee meetings on it, so we're all on the same page. He's gonna be the primary judge. But if anything looks like he's not 100% sure, then Brian and I will do like a second opinion. But we'll most likely, like I would say, 99% of the time we're gonna agree on with what he says. So that's just how it's gonna work. But if he needs like a little help, or if he's not exactly sure which way to go, then he'll refer to us. Cool.
The Spotty Committee. We've formed a committee room.
Yeah, our Spotty Ball Committee. Nice.
All right. While we're waiting for that answer from Eric, I'm going to bring up one of the rules that was we discussed at our last committee meeting, which is weather conditions. What if we have a weekend during this tournament where we have an unsafe fishing condition, meaning rain, lightning? We live in San Diego, so the odds of that are really slim. Yeah. But we have to plan for this because we could have a weekend that it's not safe for us to put out the event on, and we don't want guys out there pouring rain, lightning, whatever conditions, high winds. It's not a safe condition. So if this condition comes up during one of our scheduled weekends, we're going to cancel that weekend. So that weekend will be canceled. You will not be fishing that weekend. And how that'll affect the tournament is for the sessions, instead of the 6 sessions that you would fish in session 1, we're only going to fish 5 sessions. And it's going to be your best 4 out of 5 instead of your best 5 out of 6. So we're just going to cancel that session. It's not going to be added on to the end. It's just going to be a cancel event. Hopefully we won't have any rain. We very rarely get rain out here, and we very rarely have rough weather.
Right. So we're going to err on the side of caution, guys. And just because maybe I didn't cover this part, it's 6 sessions per half season, and your 5 best scores are going to be used. You can drop 1 score. So if you do need to have a weekend off that we're supposed to be fishing, that's fine. You can take that weekend off, or you can keep fishing all 6, just knowing that you can always have a better shot of getting a better score because you have one more session of fishing, right? And then we're just basically taking that same rule and just knocking everything down by 1. So instead of, if we do have a rainy day or whatever, then we do knock it down to best 4 out of your 5 sessions. Cool.
Yep. And we're encouraging you guys to fish all 6 sessions to get your best, give it your best go. But everybody needs a mulligan every once in a while. Something comes up on a weekend or you can't make it. So we're giving you 1 mulligan. So, very cool. Or you can throw, if you fish everything, you throw out your worst.
Yep. And so I know it could happen that we could have a terrible day scheduled on a Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday are going to be bright and sunny. So we would still cancel that whole weekend because it would be fair to the guys that can only fish on Friday. So it's that whole weekend will be canceled. So all 3 days, not cool.
Yep, because that's just the way it's set up. Some people are making their schedules now, and we want it to be fair. Yep. Okay, so that's clear. Next thing, we talked about measuring devices. I don't think we need to go over that anymore. We've hit that to death. Okay, so a question that came up last week was trolling. So I'm going to read the rule here word for word how it's going to be printed. Trolling is not permitted in any event. Cast and retrieve only with rod in hand. Rod holders cannot assist in catching fish at any time. So I think that's pretty clear. Basically, we're not allowing trolling. And to me, the definition of trolling is having your rod out in the water with a lure attached to it, and your boat or your kayak is being propelled by the motor, trolling motor, or being propelled by your kayak's, what do you call those? Kicker fins?
Pedals, or fins?
Yes.
Salty brings up a good question. He said, who's judging Eric's photos? Brian and I will judge Eric's photos. Don't worry, Salty. Yes. It's all on the up and up over here. So Eric says, no, actually, January, then July. I'm not sure what he means. Okay, good. It's only rained once this season, says Chad, so we should be good.
Hey, Chad, knock on some wood, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fiberglass.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Chad. Even if it's gonna be a light rain, we'd probably be okay with it. We just don't want to have like gale force winds out there, like getting like pushed around with the big surf, So that's what the danger is. We're worried
just about the safety.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's go back to the trolling, Roman. Do you want? Okay, give me your description of trolling in a kayak, since most of the participants are in kayaks and you're a kayak fisherman. Go ahead and give me your interpretation of trolling in a kayak.
I start pedaling my kayak, so I'm under power, and then I look over my shoulder. I back cast my A-rig, or a crankbait, and then I let it fall. Let some line out. Make sure it's on the water. Make sure it's getting deeper. But the whole time I'm actually pedaling. Okay, yeah. And I'm dragging the lure basically through the water. So that's what I would consider trolling. That's how I troll.
Yeah. That's exactly how I would say it. And for me, it's me casting out and have my trolling motor pull it through the water.
Right.
Okay. Now, the difference between a drift and a troll is either the wind or the current is pushing you in one direction, and you're allowed to set a drift. So if you're fishing, let's say, a thing called a Ned rig, and you drop that to the bottom, you're allowed to fish the drift as long as you're not propelling your kayak. So does that sound clear enough?
It sounds clear to me. Do you guys understand what... Okay. You guys are okay with that? You guys understand that? Also, long lining, we need to specify that too.
So long lining is not allowed either, and that would be something that you would drop your lure. Let's say you drop your cool bait down to the bottom, and you pedal your way out 100 yards with your spool open, and then you retrieve that in, and you have a 100-yard strike zone. Right. The way we're setting this event up, it's cast and retrieving. And that's, if you guys sign up for any bass tournaments, that's usually the rules they're giving.
Yeah, we're doing this to standardize our event, guys, with other tournaments and other events that you might down the road want to participate in. That way you don't get the shock of thinking, hey, I'm pretty good at this, and you're trolling the A-rig the whole day. And then you show up to to another tournament, because ours is a real tournament too. You show up to another tournament, and all of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute, I thought I was a lot better than I was. But they took away your main fishing technique, right? So anyway, that's how we're gonna do it.
Most tournaments don't allow trolling. Okay, so I think we've hit trolling. I don't think that there's any other questions on that. Yes.
Muto says, so no pedaling at all while the line is in the water?
That's a good example. Yes. So any time your line is in the water, and you're propelling your boat forward, that would be considered trolling. Even if it's a top water bait, if it's a crank bait, if it's a cool bait, if it's an A-rig, no matter what, it's still trolling.
What about what if you're going towards your bait?
Okay, let's say you cast it into a dock, you're saying, and
the wind is pushing me back opposite way of where I cast it.
I wouldn't
and
consider
I want to
that
maintain
trolling.
my position.
I would not consider that trolling. You're fine maintaining your position. That's not what we're trying to do here. Yeah, exactly. So if you're maintaining your position by fighting the current and you're sticking in one spot, as long as you're casting and retrieving, you're not casting and powering the bait away.
And if we see something like this, it's the spirit of the rule, right? You guys understand that you're just not allowed to drag something behind you under power. Okay. Any kind of power. So if you have to pedal because the current is pushing you off a spot, but that's fine. Okay.
Yeah,
so is that cool?
Dropping
that makes
straight
sense?
down on rocks and you're trying to maintain your business.
Yeah.
Yes, that's not what we're trying to do. I think trolling is pretty self-explanatory, guys. I don't think we need to micro pick this apart. I think that's trolling. Good. Trolling's trolling.
Okay. Go ahead. Keep going. Yep.
Okay. Well, I think this is our last rule. Unless anybody has any questions, I'm gonna have to take this and read this one. Okay. So something that me and Roman are always talking about is fishing ethics. You know, we want our group cool. Want everybody to treat everybody else with respect. We're here to teach. We're here to learn. And one thing that we're going to add to this, it's not really a rule, but we're just going to suggest it, is proper sporting ethics. And that's something we're going to promote on this. We're going to set an example of how to get along, how to promote good ethics. So I'm going to read this. Proper sporting ethics and good sportsmanship shall be expected from all Salty Bowl participants. Sportsmanship is defined as fair play, respect for opponents, and polite behavior while competing within the Spotty Bowl events. And I think that's pretty clear, guys. We just want to get out there and respect the other boaters, respect the other competitors, respect the people with their boats and their docks. Just let's set an example out on the water so they don't see a herd of kayakers and go out there. Those darn kayakers.
That's true. Guys. Like for I like to think that all of us here at MMFC are the embodiment of this rule anyway, but we have to write it out and put it into the rules because we're gonna open this up to people that maybe are not familiar with our style, right? Yeah. With our, I guess, what do you call it? Our atmosphere.
Ethics. Sporting ethics.
Yeah.
We believe in leave no trace and ethics.
That's right.
And you know what? If you think about this, guys, there's one group on the Bay that has a pretty bad reputation. That's not saying everybody, but the jet skiers out there, and especially the rental jet skiers, you see them coming, you're like, oh no. And we don't want to turn our group, kayakers and sport boat fishermen, into that group. We don't want to be known as, oh no, here they come. So let's not turn into the rental group, the Groupon jet ski group.
The Groupon jet ski guys can like own that title, can keep that title. So
yeah. Yep.
So also Jetson, woo! That's on, guys. Finished for fun.
Yeah.
Fishing for fun is what I like all about. It's like what it's all about. Very cool. All right, awesome. And Breaker Lounge, if you have a green, they're talking about lighting and how it affects fishing. So that's a good. Talking about lights and how they affect fishing at night. So that might be a good topic to cover in a future episode.
Yeah, nighttime's a good time to fish for spotties.
Exactly. Cool. All right.
So I think we beat the rules to death here tonight. You've already talked about boundaries. That was one other thing. We've already established our boundaries. So at this point, if there's no more questions, we're gonna move on to the next segment. Did we discuss Discord sign up page? I think we're gonna move on.
All right, Coach. I see your comment. I have a note to do it. I haven't done it yet. I'm slacking. I'll do it tonight. Freshwater section in MMFC, guys. Coming up.
All right. I'm going to get rid of all my notes here. No, I'm not yet. All right. So tonight, since we haven't been talking so much about the rules and events and everything, I want to get kind of back into the heart of this show, which I think is talking about fishing and how to get maybe a little better or figure some things out. And tonight, I'm going to start out with talking about how to get our money's worth out of some of these baits. So, Roman, I'm gonna switch to camera number 2 now.
All right, I'll go.
We're getting all crazy tonight.
Okay.
Here. So go ahead.
Okay, I'll switch over to me for a second. Well, entertain you guys. Guys, if you haven't followed me on Twitch yet, go check it out. I usually fish from the kayak on Twitch, but lately I've been doing another bonus episode of Fishy Hour on Tuesdays. And when I'm not doing a Fishy Hour episode on Tuesday, I'll be fishing on Tuesday, 7 p.m. or 5 or 6 p.m. Depends on whether I get out or not. If I don't get out, I'll do a show episode at 7. If I do get out, I'll probably start like around 5 or 4:30. Okay. So, that's not that. There it is. That's here. Twitch. Sorry, romancastro.com/Twitch will take you to the Twitch page. Hit follow, and then you'll be notified when we get videos on that. When I go live on that feed. Also, random side comment. I've been getting into Call of Duty Warzone game playing, so I might start broadcasting that on Twitch as well. So I know it's completely separate from fishing, but it's something else I kind of enjoy doing, and I thought it'd be cool to share that with you guys. And if you want to come hang out, we could talk about fishing while you watch me shoot people. So while you watch me play first person shooter. But anyway, it's another way for us to hang out and interact. So if you're interested, again, that's over at Twitch. And let's see. There we go. It's over at Twitch. So romancastro.com/Twitch. All right. So Brian, you ready?
I'm ready. I think.
All right. Here we go.
Give this a shot.
Let me get this co-host full going. Here we go. Check us out, guys. This is cool. That works right there. Perfect.
Okay, guys. So this is a learning curve for me. I'm not used to talking and doing this at the same time. So bear with me. This is I think my first time doing this. So
okay. So push the board a little bit out. Right there. Perfect.
Okay. All right, guys. So one of the main things we fish with is these little swim baits here. Now, this is an MC swim bait. They're made out of rubber. They're stretchy. And one thing that the spotties do to these, they're a terror to them, right, Roman?
Exactly.
They not just terror, they terror. They tear them. So a lot of the times you
that's
get
a very common tear right there. Yep.
Yeah, you get this big rip. Is that focused right there, Roman?
Yeah. It's okay. Clear enough.
Okay, so you get this big rip right here. And a lot of times these tails, you can see this one's been through a battle. These tails get bit off, and a lot of the time the spotties will grab these and they keep pulling them like this. You reel it in and it looks like this. And me and Roman call that you just got your pants pulled off. But
your pants.
You keep pulling them like that. And so over time, you just keep putting it on there and you eventually get this rip right here. Can you see that rip?
Yep.
At that point, every time you cast it out and you reel it in, it looks like that.
Yeah,
it
almost slides off in the cast.
Yeah, like before it even hits the water, it's looking like this. And if the odds of catching a spotty when the bait is slid like this are pretty low, the percentage goes way down. So you always want your bait to be properly fit on there. So what do you do with this thing, Roman? Do we retire this bait?
I usually
take this thing off.
I usually chuck it, or I try to thread it through a little bit deeper, like a little bit.
So you could
or
take
a little
it
bit
down,
shallower. Yeah.
Take it down all the way down here on the bottom.
Yeah, or I'll cut off. I don't want to get into your hacks if you're gonna do that hack.
No. I want your input on this too.
I'll cut off the part where the keeper hook connects to.
Yep.
I'll cut about half of that.
The bait holder?
Yeah. So I cut about half of the tip.
Which is he's talking about cutting off like this
exactly.
Right here?
A little bit less. Half the length of the keeper hook so that the keeper hook has something new to grab onto.
Yep, and those are perfect things to do on the water.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm going to turn my head here. Let's say you have a big baggie like me. Every time I thrash one of these, I throw it into this bag, which I keep on my boat. And then I've always got this huge bag of them. And let's say I take this thing home. What can I do with this? Well, believe it or not, guys, they make a product called Mend It. And also
what does it do? It mends it together.
Called Fix a Lure. Oh man, is that what my hands look like? Dang, that's terrible.
Hashtag not sponsored, but willing to negotiate, but willing to talk.
Yeah, so it's a killer product. Both these things, they both work very similar. Two different sizes here. I'm going to show you what these things do in a minute, but I'll talk about it for a minute. This is kind of it's not like super glue, Roman. It's basically what it does is when you put it on this rubber, it causes like a chemical reaction to the rubber. It melts that rubber and then it'll melt it together. So it's not like when you get this stuff on your hands, your fingers stick together. It doesn't adhere to your fingers. It only chemically reacts with this rubber.
Interesting. That's cool. And also it's probably a malleable mend too, right? So it's not hard. Like if you do it with crazy glue, it's gonna be stiff.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys if you want to address that, crazy glue their swim bait to the jig head so it doesn't pull off, but you get that hard crust around it. Yep. And I'm always afraid that that's going to put off a scent too. Like, the super glue smells. Maybe the fish will come up to it and smell that super glue and like, nah, no thanks.
Yeah.
So they sell these things. This is the bigger bottle. And this is a smaller bottle. This sells for about $7. The big bottle about $16. But the thing with these things is this bottle right here could probably repair, I don't know, maybe 100, 200. I don't know. It seems like it lasts forever.
Yeah.
It goes on and on. Okay. So it looks like a little nail polish bottle, right? I'm gonna start talking faster, you guys, because we're getting late. And when you open this thing up, guess what it looks like? Looks like a nail polish, right?
Yeah.
And you can mend up your fingernails if you need to. But I just want to show you can stick this on you, and it's not an adhesive. Like my fingers don't.
Brian, do not drink it.
Okay. Thanks for that, Roman. It does have a little bit of an odor. I have to admit, it kind of smells like an adhesive, but it won't make your fingers stick together. Okay, so the way this stuff works is I'm going to go ahead and show you how to repair this rip right here. This is where the hook came through, and you can see there's a big rip right there. First of all, you're going to have to work on a flat surface like this. You don't want to be holding this in your hand because once it does start to adhere, you want it to be laying down perfectly flat like this. So you take this little nail polish brush and you're going to open up the rip like this, and you're just going to put a little bit on each side of it. And I'm going to show you, if you put too much in there, the rip will actually start getting bigger. It has some kind of reaction where it softens it up. And then once you've done that, you just lay it flat, and in a few minutes, that thing will be bonded together. And so what I'll do is I'll do that one real quick, and then I'll open up this front one and do the same thing. Just put a little bit on each side of it. You can see, do you see that opening up when I put in there, that reaction it's getting?
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I don't know if it's my camera's high def enough
No,
to see that.
you can see it. It's kind of like when you first try to like burn together a frayed end of a rope or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I'll go around it and I'll get the front of it where the hook penetrates, and I'll spruce up the top of it because this thing's pretty beat up. It's almost like painting it, you know, and it fills in all these little voids. Check out the tail if it's got.
Does it have a strong scent?
It's not too bad. It has an odor, but it's not like paint thinner or super glue or anything like that. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not like. So is it more intense than like a permanent marker?
I would say about that level.
Okay.
So if you're using a permanent marker, it smells like about that. So probably want to be in a ventilated area. Exactly. That's what it says on the bottle.
You can do it in your garage while you're watching Fishy Hour, guys.
There you go. So I've repaired that bait, and I let it sit there overnight. And here's the cool thing about these things. So that's a repaired bait, right? But a lot of the times we pull up a bait, right, and it looks like that, right, Romy?
Yep. Oh yeah.
And what has happened?
It's a steel. Halibut.
This thing's been destroyed. It's ripped and it's missing the tail, and that happens all the time. So you go into your lucky bag and you find a swim bait. It doesn't even have to match. A swim bait about the same size.
Yep.
And that has a good tail, and you line that up to right where you think it's going to fit. I've got it lined up with this where the tail broke off to about the same size right there.
Frankenbait.
It's like this is like arts and crafts.
This is arts and crafts. This is Frankenbait right there. This is a good one, right, Brian? It's a good one.
Okay, and then you're gonna take your braid cutters and you're gonna cut that and try to cut it so it's a nice flat surface.
Yep.
So that it looks like when they mend,
yep,
they're gonna be two flat surfaces. You might have to take the one that got bit off and trim it a little so it's nice and flat.
Yeah, you probably want to trim that one first before you cut the other one. That way.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
trim both of them, and then just stick them together. See how it looks. If you need to make adjustments, cut them again. But this one looks pretty good. And with this, you're gonna bring in the mend it, and you're gonna put a little bit on this end, and a little bit on this end.
This is like intriguing, dude.
And then
will it fuse? What? Stay tuned. And stay tuned.
You use it and you leave it. You let it sit there overnight. And guess what? I'm like a chef has pre-cooked food and they bring it out. Put that one in the oven and then pull it out right away. I've already put this one in the oven last night. So I'm gonna lift this one to the side here. That thing's stuck back together.
That's so funny.
You have to let them sit for about 10 minutes before you can move it around. But this is live TV, or live show, so we're gonna. So this guy right here. Say you have a swim bait with a good head and a different tail. You can get creative. You can put a different colored tail and a different color head. You can get wacky here. You can make a zebra one if you want. You can combine 3 at a time.
You can do a double paddle tail.
I'm giving this guy a pretty good stretch, right?
Oh yeah. You can see it.
And you can see that it's not coming apart. It chemically bonds it together.
Welded.
And I went ahead and repaired all around this thing. So this guy right here is what would you call this? Like a Franken swim bait.
Franken swim, yeah.
I've taken two swim baits and combined them into one. So there you go. You're bringing one back to life, and we've repaired this one. We've brought this one back to life. Now the big question is, does this stuff work on Kitech rubber? So I actually took a Kitech and I attached, just to see, an MC swim bait to it, and you can see.
That's a Franken lure right there.
This stuff works on all types of rubber. It actually.
I had to give you that one.
You would think only like an MC would attach to an MC, but I got a Kitech here just to try it.
I want the guys in chat to name that bait right there. What would you name that?
It's a Franken bait. I don't know. It's crazy, but you can. Let me try rigging this thing up real quick.
So bit right there.
So there you go. Check that out. That's like a one of a kind right there. So I've got an MC to a Kitech, and look, it's holding, and that would probably get bit. So
Tyler said,
start stocking up your bag.
This is a Flex Seal commercial.
Okay, and then I've got this screen door here, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you I can make a screen door float. No, just kidding.
MC Tech says salty. That's a good one.
Yeah, so all right, so there's a little bit of showing you what Mend It and Fix a Lure is. You can buy this at all the tackle shops. I'm sure you can get it online too. But that's a way to make these things last a little longer because hey, these things aren't cheap, probably $2 each. So there's Mend It. Okay, one more hint.
Just saved you a bunch of money right there.
Yes. Should I keep it this screen? Sure, why not? Does this look good? The screen.
Good,
I'm gonna go. So I showed you guys what Mend It is. Next thing I'm going to show you.
And all those baits they just put together are going to end up as one.
One gigantic long Frankenstein swim bait. Okay, everybody's got one of these. This is like, to me, this is like it's like a bin you've just kind of tossed everything into, right? It's like you don't fish this stuff anymore. It's had its life. You don't want to throw it away, but it's just, basically failed lures. Here's a homemade one. It's parts. Exactly, Roman, parts. So when I look at this, these are all my lures I'm not using anymore. They've had their days. I look at this and I see a lot of parts in here. So let's find a part in here. Let's see. Look at this guy right here. This is an old spinner bait.
Oh, okay, so yeah, so let's switch over to double view, and you hold up the pieces because some people are saying they're getting motion sickness. So
darn it!
Okay, we're gonna split it.
I'm gonna try. Hey guys, in the future, I'm not gonna have this attached to my head. I'm gonna stay still. Sorry, I'm gonna stay totally still for this. Okay. So the spinner bait here, what I see here is some parts, and what I see is a willow blade, a Colorado blade, maybe some hooks, and I'm gonna scrap this thing, but before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, which is the split ring and also the willow blade and also a swivel with a bearing in it. Yep. Yeah, so I want these parts right here, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with them. Second.
I'm gonna switch over to my view and then just put the camera back, and then we'll do it with the front facing one. Is that cool?
Okay. It's too wacky on my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm seeing it in the small window, but they're seeing their whole screen is shaking.
I was curious. So next time I do that, I'll have to fix that camera. So
it's
okay. Right.
Cool. So give us 1 second, guys. Stand by. We're gonna switch the camera around. Sorry about that, guys. But I think that view was necessary in order to see him work and do the actual Mend It process. So we're done with that process. Yeah, we're gonna shift back. And he's gonna show you what he's doing. He's basically salvaging the usable parts before he chucks the stuff. Okay, I would even say keep the wire because you can use that wire to make what's it called? What are they called? Tokyo rigs.
Tokyo rigs. Yeah, I was gonna mention that. So these are all good parts. So what I did is I took the swivel off this. It's got 2 split rings and the willow blade. Now, what are you gonna do with this, Roman? So let's say you went fishing and a fish. Let's see, where am I looking for here? Fish. You have your Kitech, right?
Yep.
And guess what happened?
Oh,
one cast, a spotty's bit this tail off. Is this trash now? We can either mend it or we can turn this into something different.
That's cool.
And I'm gonna turn it into something different. So this, what I just took off my junk lures, I'm gonna call them, is a part, and all you need is a screw lock. And now if you buy a Recon A-Rig, they give you a few free screw locks with it for freshwater. Cool. Yeah, so if you need to hook up some dummy baits to it.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times you can get these things for free with other baits. So you're going to take a screw lock, you're going to attach it to that willow blade, right? Then you're going to take your Kitech that you spent all that money on, that spotty bit the very first time, right? Bit that tail off. And you're just going to screw this directly into the back of this Kitech. And you're going to screw it all the way in. Just keep going. Keep going. You don't want this thing to fly out. So, and then once you've screwed that out, once you've screwed that all the way in, I mean, guess what you got?
Boom.
You got yourself a dart spin right there.
That's very
right
cool.
there. And this thing, I'll show you that looks like rigged, because I've already got one rigged. Looks like this. So you're bringing this Kitech, which you lost a tail on, which you were going to throw away.
That thing is blinging.
A killer new lure with your dart spin on the back. You got your underspin here. This thing's going to put out some flash. Yeah, and when they see this thing dragging on the bottom, this might even work better than the original Kitech tail. So don't throw away those Kitechs. Go through your parts bin and see if you can find yourself a willow blade and screw lock.
Nice.
Bam.
Nice.
There you go.
Dart spin. I like throwing them on swim jigs. Baker Lounge. Very cool. What up, Baker Lounge?
What's up? So that's some thrifty hints. You know, sometimes it helps to bring these old things back to life. I guess I'd say instead of chucking all that stuff or selling it at the swap meet or giving it away at a garage sale, you save it for parts, strip those parts off of it, and it's fun for me to make things better. With me, I always like to look at stuff and try to modify it, make it better, and it's fun to see if you can actually catch fish on stuff that you make.
Very cool.
Very cool. So that's that segment. What time are we at, Roman? 8:06?
We're at 8:06. We're good. Izzy, you had a question about when I'm going to start streaming Warzone. Probably later this week. Probably later this week. And if you play, hit me up. We have a subcategory within the MMFC Discord page. It's called Gaming, a text channel. So go in there, and if you want to play with us, drop in your Activision ID, and we'll add you. Cool.
Was there any questions, Roman, or anything while I was talking, or do I want to move on to my next spotty tip?
He's saying Todd said next Fred Hall you'll have Brian's Frankenbaits.
No, you bring in your baits, and for $1 I'll fix them.
Oh, boom!
I'll make a freaking bait.
That's cool. That seems like it'd be a fun thing for kids to do. Fix baits.
Yeah, you know, and it's like there's no stick to my hand. You know what I mean? It doesn't get on your hand. It's like it sticks on that bait. So that's why I like working with that stuff. It's
very
easy.
Cool. All right, guys, we're gonna keep going with the show. I hope you guys stick around. We're gonna go a little bit past 8. But we're okay with that. If you guys are okay with that, so let's move on. Also, Brian wanted to mention that there are 33 people in the chat and 33 likes.
Oh boy, they know what that means. So that's I'm gonna go ahead and donate a custom-built A-rig by me to Heaviest Spotty. So it's gonna be a Cool Baits package plus a custom-built A-rig. So the heaviest spotty category, which already has a $50 value of Cool Baits items, he's gonna add this Recon A-rig, fully rigged, fully loaded. Yep.
As if he was gonna fish it himself. That's right. Added to the pot. So very cool. Thanks, Brian. Awesome.
You're welcome.
And that's because you guys stepped up.
I'm trying to promote weighing fish. You guys know that.
Yeah, weighing fish. Yep. Cool, guys. So there you go. So very cool. You guys hit the goal. I appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
And if you're new to the show, guys, if somebody invited you and you're enjoying the show, you kind of learned something today, or you just kind of enjoy being around other anglers that are not mean. That's what it comes down to, right? Do me a favor and subscribe to this channel so that we can get more people to view it and to be part of this awesome community. So cool. All right.
You know what I just noticed? Is your shirt a Goonies shirt? Is that Goonies or is that pirate?
It's like
yeah. It looks like it should say Goonies underneath it. It looks like the Goonies logo.
Goal!
All right, Roman.
Says Cal, are you watching football? What's going on?
Football. That's no football tonight. By the way, go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. I'm going to try. I really wanted to do this with the downward facing camera. I'm going to try it one more time, but I'm going to try to stay really still. Right. So in the first minute or two,
take your Dramamine, guys. Here we go. Let me go back to my screen.
If I'm failing, I don't mind going back to it, but I really wanted to show this at this angle.
All right, let's do it.
So I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna be swinging my head.
Remember to put your arms up when you're going down. Whoa, whoa!
This is a test run, man. This is a test run here. I gotta work out all the bugs. Next time I'll have this set up differently if I do this again.
Yeah, we can set up a second camera on that thing.
Heck yeah, we can.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Okay. This is 2021. We have the technology. Okay. But hey, wait, before you switch to me, let me grab a few things because I'm gonna have to swing my head around.
All right, sounds good. Right? Go for it. Let me know when you're ready. I can see your screen on the side, so we're good. What up, guys? How's it going? Let's see. What do we have to let you guys know or remind you of? Okay, so spottybowl.com is where you go sign up. If you ever want to share this community with your friends, invite them to one of our outings. When we go out, we fish separate from each other, and we communicate through our Discord app, so we're socially distanced. It's pretty safe. If you're gonna catch it, you're not gonna catch it when you're on the water. You're gonna catch it on the way. So just know that there is still a risk of catching it. But this is the best way we figured out to be able to fish as a community and do it in a safer way. Okay. Everybody's invited to come out with us. We're actually going to be fishing on Saturday. This time I will be going on Saturday. I'm going to be fishing San Diego Bay. And I'm going to be fishing, launching out of Tidelands Park at 7 a.m. I'll put that on our Discord page. Our Discord server is the Mad Max Fishing Club. It's not an official club yet, but if you're watching this and you're part of our community and you interact with us in chat, you're basically part of MMFC already. So it's a bunch of cool guys, a bunch of good people that love to fish and love to share the knowledge of fishing and the stoke of fishing. So if that sounds like it's you, come join us. You can go to our Discord server by going to romancastro.com/MMFC. I'll put that here in the chat real quick. Or Salty, if you could please do !MMFC. That'll bring up the link for you to go check it out. This is basically the only way you can get into our Discord server is through this link. So, yeah, cool. All right, so let's move on to Brian's show. It looks like his camera's pretty stable.
Yes, I'm gonna keep my head stiff.
Here we go.
Totally stiff. All right, I'm trying. I'm already looking up. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got two different types of swim baits here. This is probably the most common kind we have, which is basically this is a paddle tail solid body swim bait. This is a paddle tail full body, and differences between them. This guy has eyes, a mouth. It basically looks like the whole fish, right? With these guys, you add a jig head or something to the front of it to complete that imaginary fish head, I guess you'd call it right there. So this is a full body swim bait, and this is what I'm going to be talking about. I got into this a little bit last week, but I didn't get a finish, so I wanted to show you the hint with these, because these will get bit. The spotties love these little guys. So I'm going to put this away. And the full body swim bait, the way I like to fish this thing is I like to fish it totally weedless, so that I can pull it directly through the eelgrass and not drag any eelgrass through it, because everybody knows when you hit that eelgrass in the first 5 feet and you can just feel the weight that you're like, oh no, and then you reel it in real quick and get that eelgrass off. So you've lost that opportunity to catch a fish because it drags some eelgrass in. So I like to try to come up with ways to make things completely weedless. One way you can do this is these weighted hooks. It's an offset hook with a weight, but they're expensive, Roman. These guys are pricey. They're not cheap.
Like little beast hooks, yeah.
Yeah, this is actually made by, I'm sorry with the camera moving, but I'm going to reach over and show you. They're made by Savage Gear. Okay. This is a 1/10 ounce, and they're expensive. They're probably $2 each. So I'm gonna show you a budget way to Texas rig this to mimic what we're doing here. So I'm gonna put that away.
So what's the retail value on that?
On that hook?
On the pre-made one.
I'll go over at the end.
Okay, sorry.
Basically, it's the price of swim bait, which we're using already, and we're going to use some lead sinkers, and we're going to use a offset hook, and we're going to Texas rig that. If you don't know what Texas rigging is, I'm going to show you really quick. So you get an offset hook, which looks like this, and it has this weird bend right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the tip of the hook right through the bait, about the same length as from the eye to this bend right here. So I've probably got that a little bit too far, but I'm going to do this fast just because it's live. And you're going to bring that all the way through so it looks like that. And then you're going to bring that so that the eye pulls through that same hole, and you're going to flip it around so it looks like this. And when I'm done rigging this, this is how that hook is going to be through that body. It's going to come around the bottom and out through the top. So once you've got the eye and the hook all the way through the head, you're going to take the hook. Is this showing up pretty clear, Roman?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, you're going to take the hook.
You're doing pretty good on the head shake, but try to do more. Try to do less head shake, even less than that. You're doing good.
Okay. Okay, you're going to go through the bottom of the swim bait Texas rigging, and this one actually has a little slit in the belly. And there's two purposes for that, is to hide the hook underneath it. And also, I love that because you can shove scent in that. You know, you can load that up with some scent in there. So you're going to basically push it through at the bend of the hook right here. So I'm going to push this back a little bit, and then you're going to bring that right through like that. And you see how that's rigged up there now to where it's just poking out the very top of it. You're going to press that down, you can push it back, and you're going to put it into the rubber just a little bit. This is kind of old bait, so it's not grabbing it very good. But you're going to put it in there, and that's called skin hooking it, so that all the eelgrass will go directly over that. You want to feel that, and you don't want to feel the very tip of that hook, You want it to feel nice and smooth. And when the spotty bites down on that, it'll press this body down and expose that hook. Okay, so if we were to fish this just like this, it's way too light. It would never make its way. Spotties are always on the bottom. So you want to get this bait all the way down to the bottom. If you threw it in like this, it would be, the current would just take it mid-water column. It'd probably take a half hour for this to reach the bottom if it ever did. So to get this to the bottom, we're going to put a weight on it. And this right here, if you don't know what this is, can you see that? I know it's tiny.
It's like a little like a crimp weight.
Yeah, a split shot.
Split shot,
it's like it's like a little crimp. Basically, it has this. It's a little brown ball, and it's got this.
And it's lead, so it's
like a clam.
It's lead, so it's kind of malleable.
Yeah, and you can stretch it out, open it up a little bit, and then it opens up to where it has like a little clam mouth. And we're gonna take that. I'm sorry, I gotta turn my head. Sorry.
Close your eyes, guys. Close your eyes.
Okay.
All right, we're back.
We're gonna take that, and you're gonna take your needle nose, and you're gonna place them in there, and then you're gonna push this hook down. And can you see the bottom of that hook just barely sticking out of that?
Yep.
You're gonna take that to the lowest point, not way up here, not way in the back, but to the lowest point, almost to the middle of the hook, and you're gonna crimp that down on there nice and tight. And that right there will make this bait ride directly straight down because the weight is on the bottom of the swim bait.
Yep.
And this swim bait will rest right on there. So when you guys get this is a lightweight. So this right here is a 1/8 ounce. So that's really light. You're gonna want to fish this with like a 6 pound or 8 pound line, really light. But when you cast this in, get a long cast out of it and just let it hit the bottom and sit. Let it sit for about 30 seconds even. I mean, it feels like an eternity. But what has happened is that thing will go down and the spotties will see that thing and they'll be right here looking at it. You're like, what is that? And the second you get that first couple cranks in, that's usually when they're going to hit that thing. And if they don't the first, then let that retrieve that thing in about 5 or 6 cranks and then let it fall again and let it just sit. And remember, this is totally weedless, so it's okay. Like when I'm fishing the underspin, I try to keep it above the grass at all times because I don't want to snag up in that. But with this, it's so weedless, you can let it just drop down in there and sit. And then you're pulling it back out. And you're doing that maybe 3 or 4 times throughout that strike zone. So that's a completely weedless weight. Now with this weight, I'm sorry, I got to turn my head again. With this weight, 1/8, it's probably too light for most fishing conditions unless you're near the docks or you're in an area where there's not a lot of current. If you're in a lot of current, you're going to want to add a little bit. I'm going to cut that weight off. You guys see, that's what I use these things for. You guys wonder why I carry that.
It cuts everything.
You're going to use a rubber core sinker. So can you see that, Roman?
Yep.
So a rubber core sinker basically is a lead weight with a piece of rubber in it. And what these are mainly used for is if you want to add weight to a line real quick. You don't want to tie a knot. You want to set up like a really quick Carolina rig or something. You can just slide your line in this groove right here, and that rubber will hold it in place pretty good. And that's what this is mainly used for. But for this purpose, I'm going to pull this rubber core out. And you can see it's almost like that split shot where it's got a groove in it right down the middle of it. Yep. So what you can do is take that, and I'm going to turn my head. Take your needle nose, and the same concept. You're just going to put that right in the middle of that hook and then crimp it down. Lead's pretty, you can mess with lead a lot too. You can crimp it really tight on there. And if you want to get fancy with this, you could go through here and, you know, trim it up a little, make it maybe a little more streamlined.
That's pretty fancy right there.
That right there is got a 1/4 ounce weight on a full body swim bait that is totally weedless.
Oh.
And I could tell you guys that I've had success with this style of fishing, and especially in winter when they're not biting those big swim baits sometimes, and you got to get into a lot of finesse fishing with lightweight line, and you want something that you can pull along the bottom really slow. This is an awesome option, and it's an inexpensive option. Now you ask the price of this, I think you can get like 6 of these for $1, this weight.
Yep.
Hooks are what, 50 cents each, and this swim bait, you probably get this whole setup for about $2.50, $3, I think.
Hey Brian, I'm gonna switch over.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna move. Put the camera back to camera A
That's
position.
super good. That's a good hack, dude. That's a really good hack.
Thanks.
So that Jesse's got a question. It says, Brian, do you like the bottom weighted bait better than a sliding worm weight?
He must be talking about a bullet weight, which is, I think he's talking about this. Let me grab one here. Okay, I'll tell you the reason I like doing this. Okay, so this is what Jesse's talking about, which is a little bullet weight, right? And the line feeds through the face of that, and then it'll end up like this, right?
Yep.
Okay, look at that. And what do you think looks better to a fish, that or that?
That.
Okay. And what do you think this is going to do with it all in the front? It's going to sit there like this, right? Which is not a bad thing. It's just like a Ned rig, you know?
Yep.
Sits there on the bottom. Okay, and let's say this weight right here, you cast it out and this weight's up here. Then this falls and it's kind of moving. I mean, that adds an attractant, but I visually like this, and I like the way that it sits on the bottom. Both ways are acceptable. Both ways work. I know a lot of guys use this way, but I like this way just because of the way it looks. But you could fish it either way.
Very cool.
I like the way this thing falls too, because this thing, it doesn't have the weight in front of it, right? Because a lot of the time that weight will fall and then pull the swim bait down when you're fishing that way. And to me, this is all one piece. It looks more natural coming down through the water. Not saying that this way doesn't work. People have caught 1,000 spotties this way, but that's
something else to try. A different look.
Yeah,
for the fish.
Look.
If one's one's not working, try the other.
It's the adventure of trying to find different ways to catch fish, right?
Trying to solve the bite that day, or that session.
That's right. Yeah. So I hope you guys try that. If you do try that, let me know. Let me know if it worked for you. Full body swim baits. Yep.
Awesome.
Oh, and I'm going to show you what swim bait that was. I don't think I mentioned that. It is an RT shad, 3.5 inch. And they look like this.
There's more plastic in the wrapping than there is in the lures.
I like it when they're like this, though, because you have this and it protects
premium.
them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a premium. Yeah. I think these are like $1.80 each, maybe.
Okay.
So.
Very cool.
There you go. Nice. And I think that's my segment. I had one more, but it's getting late, so we'll save that for next time. So
it's good that Brian prepares so well that we have like 3 hours worth of content probably, but it's good. It's good. We're always paranoid that we're gonna run out of things to talk about, but it's good. I think things just kind of progress, and you guys have awesome questions, and that's like my favorite part is you guys interacting. So it makes it more relevant to what you guys need information about. So we take all those questions and we kind of discuss them after the show, and we try to make the show even better for those of you guys that are watching. So I do encourage you, if you're watching, if you've been watching, even if you're watching the replays, to put your questions in the comments live or in the comments after the show publishes after the replay, because that's going to help us steer the show in the direction that you want to see. So your participation is crucial. Yep. We
try to cater it towards you guys, and obviously Wednesday is bay fishing, so I try to cater it towards bay fishing.
Very cool. Nice.
Okay. So I want to give out one thing, guys. I fished the SBS tournament this weekend, which is the Saltwater Bass Series, and guess what? 6th place, guys. 62 boats, 6th place. Took myself home a big fat check. So
nice
it's
job.
round one of I think 6 rounds. So hopefully I can continue to place up high and make it to the playoffs in that also. So SBS tournament was a lot of fun. A lot of good anglers had a lot of trouble that day. It was a tough day. So anybody that's on water knows. With that tournament, it's legals only. You can only turn in legals, and it's a weigh-in. So thanks, Gene, if you're watching SBS. Gene, if you're watching, thanks for putting that event on. I had a great time. I'm looking forward to round 2 in, Jesse, guess what? Newport. So I'll be up there.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Are you doing all the events, Brian? Salty's asking if you're doing all of the SBS events.
I'm planning on doing all of them. Yes, thanks, Salty.
Very cool. You guys should make how to catch a spotty. You guys should make a how to catch a spotty book. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. There's actually a really good.
Our old episodes.
Yeah, there's actually a really good how to catch a spotty book. Fish Have No Hands by Mike Gardner. Look that book up. It's actually in my resources page. So that's a really good book, all about spotted bay bass fishing by like somebody that had been doing it for a really long time.
I'd love to read that. I'll have to check that out.
Fish Have No Hands. I'll have an extra copy you can borrow, Brian. I'll bring it next time we see you.
Oh, hopefully it's on. Hopefully it's an audio book. That's how I like my books while I'm driving.
No, it's an easy read. It's an easy read, and since I think you're gonna get a lot more out of it than I did the first time I read it, because you have more experience with what he's talking about. Like, I go back and read it every other month, maybe every 6 months, just to associate the knowledge that I'm experiencing in real life with the actual spotty fishing with what he's talking about in the book. It's like, oh, okay, that makes more sense now, because that is how they behave. So anyway.
Yeah, you understand the lingo.
Yeah.
Lingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lingo, just like the concepts, seem clearer because you've been doing it. So it's different than
Absolutely.
The first time I read it, I was like, what is this? What's it talking about? No, it makes sense.
What's an A-rig?
Yeah, right? So
if there's no more questions, then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with my movie review.
All right, so prep for that.
I don't think I've seen any more questions. Have you, Roman?
Nope, I think we're good. Well, Brian is getting ready to do his movie recommendation segment. What up? Hope you guys enjoyed the show so far. If you haven't hit that like button yet, please do so. Here we go. Brian's movie review. Let's see. Let me put you full screen here. There we go.
Okay, guys. I know it's a fishing show, but hey, we like to have fun too. So this is one of my favorite parts of the show. First time watching, every week I give a movie review of an 80s or 90s movie, usually action movie, because that's what me and Roman like, right? We like our 80s and 90s movies. So first movie. This movie earned 5 Academy Awards. It was a huge movie when it came out. It stars Mel Gibson, Braveheart.
That's a super good movie. I remember the first time I watched it, I was so... Anyway, it's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
It's actually based on a true story. I don't know how much it's based on it, but it's based on a true story. It's a great movie. It's like it's probably not very kid friendly, but if you haven't seen this, I guarantee you'll love this movie. It's a killer movie. Braveheart, awesome movie. Get out there and watch it. I'm giving this 4 out of 5 max.
Nice.
Second movie. This is kind of an oddball movie. It seems like I'm the only person that likes this movie. It stars Ray Liotta. It's a movie where prisoners get shipped to an island, and they're trying to find out a way to escape from this island. It's called No Escape. Have you heard of this? Starring Ray Liotta. Yeah, I haven't
seen it.
I like this movie. It's an action movie. They have to build things. You know, they're like building a community. They're on an island that's controlled by corrupt people trying to get off. Yeah. It's a really killer story. No Escape. I don't know. It's got passed up. But to me, it's one of my classics. But nobody's ever heard of this that I've mentioned. I'm giving this. Yeah, No Escape. Ray Liotta. You know what's funny is this movie is based in 2022, and the technology knows way more than we thought it was gonna be.
Dang.
I wish it was. It's like flying cars and everything in this.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds fun.
I'm gonna give this one 3 out of 5 max. It's a killer movie. So I'm gonna switch back here.
Oops. There we go. All right. I'm back. That's cool. Very cool. Oh, how many max did you get that last one? With
3 out of 5 for No Escape. Yeah, it's a good one.
All right.
You'll like it, Roman. I guarantee you'll like that. All right, guys. So thanks again, Roman, having me on the show. Always like Wednesday night. Look forward to talking fishing. So I like to do. And this, I'm gonna get out there. I'm not gonna be fishing this weekend because I'm gonna be in the desert. But next weekend, I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna snag some grass and catch some bass.
Boom! There we go. Nice job. Thanks, Brian. All right, guys. One more time, shout out. Big thank you to Brian for setting up and taking the time to prep for the show. He does a wonderful job. He does a wonderful job in delivering it, and he's got great ideas. And we're putting his ideas to work, because an idea is worthless unless you don't have execution. Okay, everybody's got a great idea, and you might have a great idea, and you might have seen somebody do something with the idea that you thought you had first. But if you have an idea and you don't do anything with it, it's kind of goes to waste. Okay, so if you have some good ideas to do something good in the world, act on it. Do it. Okay, that's my parting words, I guess, parting phrase or parting wisdom. Again, Brian, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Everybody in the chat: Cal, Chad, Captain Adobo, Salty, Leonard, Captain Dan, Muto, Real Dreamer, Eric, Jesse, Wayne, Captain Dan, Salty Dan, Cal, Tony, welcome back, Tony. Izzy, I'll see you on Warzone. Who else am I here? Roy, All Nighter Hider, Wayne, I think I saw Arnie in here earlier. Arnie, and Spotty Girl, Werf TV, Coach Werf in the house. Todd, tbmetalart.com, guys. Everybody go check it out. Zach Riggs. I think VHRW, thanks again and welcome to the show. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys. Actually, I'll see you guys Saturday if you're fishing with us. If you're not, I'll see you on Monday. Have a good night. Later.